Verbally Effective with Ina Esco is an interview-style podcast that intersects art, culture, politics, and entertainment with a Memphis focus. With producer Sana Marie. Each week, I'm joined by a featured guest with roots in Memphis. Verbally Effective delves into each guest's personal journey to uncover the incredible stories fueling their purpose, the highs and lows of their pursuits, and how through their passion, they are moving the culture forward. Be sure to follow Verbally Effective and Ina Esco on Instagram. Also, download the Verbally Effective podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play Music. Don't forget to check out the website and submit to be a guest at verballyeffective.com. Greetings, and welcome to another edition of the Verbally Effective podcast. I am your host, Ina Esco. Thank you guys so much for tuning in yet again. Now, check it out. You know, this podcast intersects art, culture, politics, entertainment with a Memphis focus. That's right. I'm talking to all of the movers, the shakers in the city of Memphis. We're going to hear all about their journey. Before we get started, I want to send a huge shout out to the consortium MMT. We are potting in their talent development studio today. I also want to send a huge shout out to P. Harden and Brandon Lewis as well. Now check it out. I got a diva with me today, baby. I'm talking about Jehovah Thickness. A lot of you out there know my girl. Me and her went to LeMoyne-Owen College back in the day. It's been, what, about 20 years ago? 20 years ago. Yes. She is a published author. She is a mentor. She's a motivational speaker. She is all up in the school system. I'm going to let her list off all of her accolades. She's the executive director of the MDLs. And it's some more on that list as well. I'm talking about my girl, Dr. Tavis Wade. How are you, beautiful?
I am fabulous.
Thank you.
And fantastic. And you are?
Thank you. I'm good, but thank you for coming today. You know, I started this podcast in 2018. I've been trying to get you on the pod. You was like, I'm going to let you know when I'm ready, Ina. I'm going to let you know. Now, you didn't just drop the book off. You out here ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready. The green light is on.
The green light is on.
The green light is on. Okay. So I'm ready.
Well, welcome to the podcast. Now, you know, me and you know each other very well, but we're going to start at the beginning. Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Memphis, the 38, the 116. That's Whitehaven. Right. So I'm from Whitehaven. That's where I was born and raised, and that's where I spent a lot of my time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what does your family dynamic look like growing up in Whitehaven?
So I am number 12 of 13.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. I'm number 12. You know, my mama and dad, like a whole soccer team and basketball team. Yes.
That's the baker's dozen right there.
Absolutely. So I'm number 12. When my parents got together, my mom had 3 kids. Okay. My father, from a previous marriage, had 8. Wow. So automatically, that's 11. And then me and my brother, which we're a year apart, you know. Wow. So I'm 12 and he's 13. Mm-hmm. They are... my sisters and brothers are a lot older than me. Mm-hmm. So, like, when my mom was pregnant with me, my sisters were graduating, going across the stage. Mm-hmm. So, but I have mad respect, so I treat them like they're my parents. I still say yes, ma'am, no sir to them, and because they helped raise me.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's amazing.
And I'm spoiled, too.
I bet you are, the baby.
I am. And I love them, though.
Yeah.
We love on each other. We really do.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys been getting together, you know, over this pandemic?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
That ain't stopping.
That, and since I moved back home, that has brought us, like, closer. Mm-hmm. Because now I'm able to be all up in that mix. So I'm really like that annoying baby sister. That's me. That's always trying to tell them what to do. Mm-hmm. That's me.
Wow. And you know what? Sometimes in a big family, but I guess, you know, you were much younger. Sometimes it's kind of hard to, like, identify yourself when there's such a big family. But it looks like you guys had a big age gap right there.
We did.
So
we had a big age gap. So
yeah,
it was So I was able to identify or develop my own identity, not saying like, oh, I want to be like my sisters or I want to be like my brothers. It was, and now times have changed because now they want to be like me.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
They do.
I want to know, what was the young T. Wade into over there at Whitehaven? What were you involved in?
Oh, my goodness.
Let me see if I know I'm right. Let me see.
Well, you know what? So, in Whitehaven, I'm telling you, that was a time, oh my gosh, like, that was a great time in my life, you know? So, Whitehaven, I was most popular and most wittiest. Can you?
I believe that.
Could you believe that? Mm-hmm. So, but my friends, I had the same friends since elementary and from Doubletree. And, you know, we went to Doubletree, Haven View, and then Whitehaven. And so we just stuck together, you know? And it was a great time in my life. Like, that's where T. Wade was developed, because I was always known as Tavis, right? And so then someone said, the coach said, Tavis is too hard to say, so I'm just going to say T. Wade. And I go, no, I don't want to be called T. Wade. That's like a basketball or football name. And then it just stuck with me. And then it trickled down to T. Weezy. So, you know.
T. Weezy.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you graduated from Whitehaven. What was next?
Next, I went to Fisk.
Okay, so you were at Fisk, because I know I was at LeMoyne, and I remember you came in, I think, my sophomore year. So what happened at Fisk? How was Fisk?
Fisk was awesome. But going home every weekend, right, at Fisk. So I got homesick. And so then by the time Christmas came, there was a little bun in the oven.
Oh, gotcha.
So I didn't want my mom to raise my baby. I wanted to come home. And so that's how, and then I went to University of Memphis, and it just wasn't for me. So I applied at LeMoyne, and that's where I met the beautiful one.
Wait a minute, baby. You stepped on the scene and you fit right in, and you was taking over, baby. You got at LeMoyne. So we're talking about 99, 2000.
The 99 and the 2000.
Yes. So I know some of the people that you attended LeMoyne with, even myself, you're still good friends with today, right?
Yes. That was like family. You know what? A lot of us are still, close. So I think that's the beauty of going to a HBCU and also going to a small school as well, and we're still able to keep up with each other. And, our homecomings are lit.
Yes, litty.
Yes.
What do you miss the most about LeMoyne? It could be anything.
Yeah, I miss Posse.
Oh, Lord, why she bring that up?
Yes.
Okay, for those who don't know who Posse is, who is Posse, girl?
Devery Sims. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
He was, all the people, And I miss those, what was that at night when he would do the roasting session?
Yes, that was hilarious.
He would stand, like he would say, okay, it's about to go down.
Yeah.
So at night, it would be people crowded around. Whose car was that he was on?
Girl, ain't no telling.
Oh, my God. I cannot even think of who car.
He was a fool.
He was. And he would call it a blasting session. And he would tell everybody that was yes. He would do it. I mean, that's what I really, really miss. Like, we were all, it was, who want a pimp?
Who want
a pimp? So,
y'all, for y'all that don't know, that's my ex-boyfriend.
He was so crazy.
In college.
He was so crazy.
But he was a liar and a cheater.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yes,
so we know that.
Yes.
But he was funny, though.
He was very funny. He was hilarious. So that.
He was hilarious.
And then me crossing Delta.
Yes.
So that was a highlight point of LeMoyne. And but on top of that, just the friendships and the bonds um, that all of us created, and we're
Yeah.
still,
Right.
still close.
Still to
Yes.
this
And,
day. I think that's that
mhm,
HBCU connection.
it is.
Because when we talk about LeMoyne-Owen College today, they have a new president now.
They do.
And I see that, they've been doing a lot of campaigns to raise money. I saw
Mhm.
FedEx have donated just recently
Mhm.
today. I think I
Mhm.
posted something about Kroger and the Women's Foundation.
Yes. That was like what, $500,000?
$500,000.
Whoop,
You saw
whoop,
Mike
whoop,
Bell on the
whoop.
picture? You saw Mike Bell? Yes. So I
Yes.
think that's awesome because that's
Yes.
what LeMoyne need.
That's what they need.
Yes.
They need some newness.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
Some of the same professors that were there 20 years ago,
Still
they're
there.
still there.
That's right. Yeah, they're still there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
maybe, just maybe, I know you Dr. Tavis Wade,
Mhm.
presidentship
You
is
know,
in your stars one
It
day.
is. That's one of my goals, is to become a college or university president.
Mm-hmm.
And why not? Memphis is great. Memphis has been good to me. So
Yes.
you
And
I
let's
wouldn't
talk
mind.
about that for a minute. Memphis has been good to you because, once you completed LeMoyne, you never stopped on the education side.
I never stopped.
You received your master's
Mhm.
and then on to your doctorate.
Yes.
Why? Why did you keep pursuing in this educational plight?
Well, because I'm first of all, I'm first generational, graduate. So my parents didn't go to college. And so it was like my mom began to really like push me. She's like, Tavis, you can do this. You can do it. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do it because I got a baby and I can't and I can't. And I made all these excuses. And she was like, okay, now you've run out of excuses. I need you to, get motivated. And so, we came up with a plan. And then it was just like I was a habitual.
You couldn't stop going.
I could not stop. It was like
Mhm.
the did in me, like can't stop, won't stop. So,
Mhm.
and so once I did that, I was like, man, a PhD, can I do this? So I had to talk myself through it because there was a lot of times that I wanted to give up. And that's just like, even with graduating high school and, college, like there are times that we actually want to give up because we
Seriously.
don't believe in ourselves. And so we have to, push that inner you, like, look, you got this. You can do this.
So was that your mom for you?
Oh, yeah.
That pushed you?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. It was.
And you know what? Now, we have been in touch over the years because you have been very instrumental in a lot of the lives of these young ladies out here. We talking about, I'm sure you've touched millennials, Gen Zs, with modern distinction ladies.
Modern
you are the
distinctive,
executive director.
Yes.
Now tell everyone on the podcast,
Okay.
the whole concept behind
Okay.
MDL organization.
Sure. So MDL Inc. was started in 1988. This is our 34th year this month.
Wow.
Right. So MDL was started when I was just in the 7th grade. So we were all at Doubletree. And so it was 7 of us total. 5 of them were friends since kindergarten. I came along in 1st grade. And then Prima came to us with an idea. So she was 5th grade. So we had all jail bond together. And she came to us with an idea like, let's start an organization. And I'm like, okay. So we took a year of what we wanted it to look like. We did the logo, the mission, the vision, colors, and all of that good stuff. And then we took a year playing, and then we launched it in 1988. And so then they wanted to expand it. And I said no.
Why?
Because I didn't feel like with letting other people in, I didn't feel like girls value friendship and sisterhood like we did. And so to invite other girls in, that would just create drama, right? So I was outvoted 6-1. And that's why MDL is still going. So when we graduated, we all went to different colleges. And so when I came home, MDL was still going. And I'm like, you know what? I need to come back because I invested in this, So, and so that's how, and then let's see, 12, 13 years ago, I decided to make it a nonprofit. And in the 34 years, I've touched over like 6,000 girls.
That is amazing.
And all of them have graduated from high school. All of them have withstanding pregnancy. Like they, and then at least got accepted to one college or university. So, like, I have a 100%, completion rate with the girls that I do.
Kudos to you,
right.
girl.
So, it's tough. It's tough. There are times I want to, throw in the towel, but, I have to kick it in and be like, you can do this.
Yes.
So that's how MDL was started. And
I did not know. I when I read your bio, I saw it started in 1988. I'm like, wait a minute, how old? Wait, hold on, let's back up. You have been involved since the inception of this organization.
Absolutely.
That is amazing.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I've seen the times.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Even with, high school organizations, because, you've invited me to be a judge at the stroll-off competitions over the years.
Yes. Oh my
and
gosh,
the first time I was a judge, I did not know they were doing it like that in high school with these organizations.
Better than us, huh?
Better than us.
Yes.
I was like, wait a minute, what is going on?
It was mind-blowing, right?
Yes. So once you guys got MDL together, other organizations started
Absolutely.
too?
Yep. Other organizations started, and they developed. And so we were able to have step shows and stroll-offs and all of those good things. And I remember starting it, and you were like one of the first. I was like, you know what? Because I wanted it to represent the Panhandle, right? And so the AKA that stood in my mind was that's right, was Ina.
Yes.
And you've been rocking with me for a long time.
A long time. Because baby, you guys even have conferences, Loving Me Rocks.
Oh my gosh.
Look at all the amazing things that you're doing with these young ladies, Tavis.
Oh my goodness.
Now I do want to ask you this though, because we kind of chatted about this on the before we started taping about the young ladies these days. What do you see are just the real stark differences between, I guess, these Gen Zers, young ladies, versus like when we grew up, right?
Right.
Like boys pursued us.
Oh man.
When we grew up.
Right.
So is that not happening no more?
That is not happening.
What is going on, T. Wade?
So, okay, so here's the thing. So, and I always say like back in the day, but that literally was back in the day, that, we were the prize, know?
Yes.
And it was cool to, be a virgin and not just been around, right? So when I started Purity P.E.A.R.L.S, right? So Purity P.E.A.R.L.S is another organization that I have, and it's an abstinence program. And so it's like a sisterhood to MDL. And so I was like, when I start this, all of my girls are going to join, right? So at the time, I had about 150 girls, right? So I'm like, well, if I get 50, that would be awesome, right? 3
that wanted to be with Purity P.E.A.R.L.S.
3. So I was so disappointed, right? And I wanted to know why. Like, why isn't this popular? And so the next day, you remember the show, The Game, right? So it was Blue, and what was Lauren London's name on there? Right. Well, anyway, they were dating, and it became a time where they was about to get intimate, right? And she says, I'm a virgin. And he got up and left.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, man, that's what guys wanted. They wanted virgins, right? No, he said, because they're too needy.
Mm.
So that's the thing. So now times have changed. So it's better to be saying you're out there, because then guys, that attracts guys.
Because it's easy?
That's right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Back up. Hold
so
on.
now the girls are the aggressors.
That is crazy.
They're the aggressors. At first, it used to be the guys pursued the girls, but now, I mean, all the guys got to do is just sit back.
Oh my God!
just
I
gotta
know
sit
it. I know it can't be that way with all these young ladies. But I know you deal with them a lot.
I do, and that's what I instill in them, that you're the prize. You know, that you are rose and you should be treated as such. If you're up here, let the guy meet you up here. Not you don't lower your standards. You know.
Are they listening?
So, they do.
Okay.
They do, but it's sometimes it can go out, in one ear and out the other. But
do you think it's a lot of peer pressure with what the other girls are doing and what they're seeing on social media? How about social media with these girls? I know y'all probably can't have a meeting without them trying to get on their phone. That's their life.
That's their life, social media. And then they got to keep up. So they got to take pictures. So it's all about likes, and I got to have this outfit on, and I got to do this. So it's a lot of peer pressure, and it's a lot of upkeep, because once you start it, you got to keep it going.
Oh my God! And that's a lot of work with your organization to kind of really instill in them that they're enough as they are.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now when they say it takes a village, it takes a village. Like,
yes,
whatever I say has to be the same talk at home, has to be the same talk in church, and it has to be the same talk at school, because if not, one missing link, we could easily, lose a girl to pregnancy or whatever the case may be.
So how's your relationship with the parents?
The parents, they love me.
I believe it.
They love me. There are some that get jealous of the relationship, of the effect that I have on them, because then some parents love it because they use me as, they was like, okay, you get in trouble, I'm going to tell T. Wade. And so the point or the fact of disappointing me would disappoint the girls. So they be like, no, don't tell T. Wade, don't. And so a lot of parents use that, and they're like, oh, I know who to call now.
That's a lot of power, T. Wade. That's a lot of power right there.
And it is, but I don't abuse it, Like, I love on them, and I let them know that they're loved, and that they can be anything, but they just don't have to fall victim to peer pressure.
Yeah.
And so, I let them know that I'm with them every step of the way.
Yeah, and I've seen you with these young ladies. They adore you. They absolutely adore you.
I do.
Now, even over the years, you've kind of been dipping in and out of Memphis.
I have. Even
with your profession. So tell us about some of these escapades, honey. I'm like, where is T-Way? I would think that you're in Memphis because I can get you on the phone, but you out there in Austin?
Yeah.
You out there in Vegas?
In Vegas, yeah. I taught and was an assistant principal in Vegas, and then I moved to Austin for 10 years, and I was an administrator for Austin, and then I moved to Nashville and worked at the board there. Wow. And then I came home.
Then you came home.
I came home.
How were those experiences, though? Like, what does the academic life look like in Vegas? Like, was that fun, or was it not what we expect?
It's not what you expect, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because, as an educator, you preach going to college. And so the kids, they'll go, college? When I get out, I'll make more than you, because I can be a blackjack dealer. They can, valet parkers make $100,000. So me telling a kid that they need college.
In Vegas is like.
Absolutely. So it's a little, so it was the spoiled rich kids there.
Wow.
Yeah. And then with Austin, the kids value education. They really did. In Nashville as well. But Vegas, Not so much.
No,
Yeah.
not so much.
Not so much.
And then you said you came back to the M. What brought you
Came
back
back.
to the M, T. Wade? What brought you back to the M?
I had
Can't
to
get
regroup.
away from the M.
I had to regroup for a minute, and
Okay.
so I did my time. And so when this school year is out, then I'm gonna go back out and fly.
No.
Miami is where it's at.
Miami, where it's at? In the
It's
school
where-
system or just in general?
In general. Just in general.
T. Wade about
Yeah.
to be on that beach.
Every day.
Oh, my.
Catch me.
Oh, catch her, baby. Wow.
Catch me at the beach.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Okay, T. Wade, you know what? We're going to jump into Esco's Pop Talk,
Let's
where
do
we
it.
discuss some of the, pop culture news that's happening right now. This is a
Okay.
new segment
Okay.
for Verbally Effective. And this segment is actually brought to you by our new sponsor, Exact Text Prep, and that would be Emil Segui Jr.
All right.
And his number is 901-752-9152. You can also email Emil at ESIGE@EDXACTTAXPREP.com. I know that's a lot, but
You got it.
we probably got it streaming on the screen right now, right? Because I know y'all doing y'all taxes right now. Let
That's
me
right.
hold some. Let
Now
me
is the
hold
time.
some. All right.
I miss you.
Esco's Pop Talk. We talking about Kanye, Boo Boo Kitty. We talking about Kanye and Kim, their divorce proceedings. I don't even know if they're even actually underway. We know they're not together right now, right?
We know that.
Because Kanye is posting left and right on social media all their business, all her text messages. But at the same time, he wants her back. But he's flaunting these Kim lookalikes.
Absolutely.
What do you think is going on, girl?
He wants to be seen and heard, and he's just trying to get her attention. But it's more so, to me, it's like a stalker type thing. You know, when you're married, you're under a covenant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means that your business should be sacred, right? And
Should
should be
be.
a secret.
Even if you're a celebrity.
Absolutely. But I mean, she knew what she was getting into.
What you
Like,
think
I
she
go-
thought she was getting into? Because she had,
Both
how
of
many
them-
kids they got? 4, 5?
4, 5, yeah, 4.
That's why I thought she felt Kanye was different because she actually had them kids. But then it was a little crazy with the surrogate. But
It was too crazy.
but the Kardashians, they pretty much set the scene on social media
They
now.
do, but if you looked at in the beginning, like the way Kim used to dress, right? I used to love the way she dressed. And then he came in and you saw that scene where he threw all her clothes out.
Yes.
And Chloe was coming back like, no, we want this, we want this. But he made her change where she either had to wear all black or nude or
All
white.
the neutral.
The neutral.
Yeah.
So she was like, I don't know, in the nutshell, I think she just tried to conform to him, but it wasn't what she wanted to do. And then both of them are just media whores anyway. So
They love some
they
media now.
they love it. And so she kind of, felt into their life because she wanted to work because this was her, third or fourth marriage. It's one of them,
I think
right?
third.
Yeah, she wanted it to work. So she kind of did what he said until till she couldn't do it anymore,
Baby, Kanye West keep posting, I want somebody to grab his phone one day from him.
Somebody, I wonder who's around him. Is it like all yes men?
I think so.
What is really going on? Like, why nobody is telling him the right thing to do?
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'm pretty sure that people probably have already tried and just
Would
didn't
he even
succeed.
listen?
He's probably
You know
arrogant.
what? But you know what?
He's probably arrogant.
Have you
for it.
checked out his Netflix documentary yet?
No, not yet.
I caught part 1. Part 2 came out today. I haven't watched part 2. But his relationship with his mother, now she probably was the only person that could really get to Kanye because he was just in awe of his mom. She lifted up his spirits. I mean, was very motivational for him. And I think she brought another side out of him. Who's doing that today? I don't know.
Nobody. But then, too, he needed his dad.
Yes, he mentioned that though. Since him and Kim been going through their thing.
He needed his dad. And so I think that was another part because I know that, your mom is, our everything, right? But she couldn't teach him to be a man.
Yeah.
And so his dad needs to crack the whip on him and be like, look, if she don't want you, can't make anybody. If they don't want you, go on to the next.
Yeah.
What did Julia Fox say? I'm out of this foursome
Baby,
relationship.
she was just in there for a short stint
She was like,
anyway.
I'm out of here.
Because
like,
he was next to the next Kim lookalike.
He did. And I think he's doing it on purpose. And so because the girls want the fame, they'll fall victim to it. So
Definitely.
Poor Kanye.
Wow. Poor Kanye.
Kim. And now Kim has all these kids, but I'm pretty sure she won't have any trouble finding.
Hell no. Kim K? Do you think she's dating that guy Pete Davidson?
I don't think so.
Do you think that's just something for show?
Something for show.
To flaunt in front of paparazzi or something?
Right. I think it is.
Lord,
I think it is.
Child, what we gonna do? You know what?
Somebody need to grab his phone, like you said.
Somebody need to grab his phone, but that makes me think about, you mentioned how the dad wasn't in the home. I'm sure even with you working with these young ladies in this capacity, you kind of really get into some of their personal lives.
I do.
And kind of need to be kind of a slick psychologist, probably.
I do. Therapists, all of that, yeah. A lot of them have daddy issues. A lot of them have mommy issues as well. So it's like a toss-up, But that's one thing that I do. That's why I have the father-daughter dances, because I do like for that whole family union to be complete. Because believe it or not, I tell people this all the time, your father is the first guy that you come in, should be the first guy that you come in contact, but that's how we view and judge all men based on our dads. So that's our first line of seeing, so if our dad is not in our lives, then we think that all men will probably abandon us. Or if it's in our life, if he's in our life but he's abusive, then we think all men abusive, or we think all men are dogs. So that's our first line of how we view our men. So it's important for the fathers to be part of their children's lives.
Wow.
So
and you know what?
It's very important.
You deal with a lot with steering these young women. Who is there for T. Wade? Who is there for T. Wade? That's what I want to know. What does your support system look like? How is Kennedy doing?
Give
me the deets.
Kennedy is great. Kennedy has her own waxing business. So
okay.
Kennedy. And then, my grandson, Trio. So my mom is my biggest cheerleader. And then, I have my MDL parents and Purity P.E.A.R.L.S. That's an addition. And then my family, they are with me. You don't mess with T. Wade,
baby.
It'll
everybody
go down.
say that. Everybody say
mess
that.
with T. Wade. So,
okay.
But yeah, I do have a good support system, and I'm very thankful for that. I am.
I didn't hear I didn't hear any testosterone up in that thing. Where you going, T. Wade?
You wrong. You wrong.
Is that the testosterone in Miami? Maybe.
No.
Okay.
No. Wherever he is, I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Let's talk about the book, baby, because you are a published author.
Yes.
Never met a stranger. Let's talk about the book, T. Wade. When did you write this book? What did your process look like?
So, I wrote the book during the pandemic, right? So, the beginning stages. And that's because everything shut down. I didn't have anything going, and, we wasn't working. You couldn't do anything. So, it was already prophesied that I was going to write a book. And so, I decided to go ahead and get it done. And so, I was writing and crying because a transparent moment that everything that I love was being taken away from me. And so I knew that I had to go ahead and write it because I was being disobedient to God.
Deep.
I was very disobedient. And so that's what happens when you start taking things away. And so I didn't have any choice but to do. Although it's not a Christian book, but it's a book that that I'm pretty sure that everybody can identify with. Everybody. It's a relationship book. Alicia Renee, who's the main character, she starts off. She sees her parents divorce right in front of her, and so her parents are her everything, and so she leans heavily on her boyfriend, and she gets played. And so then she vows that never again will she get played. So she jumped from one man to another, thinking that a man has to complete her. So she goes through these different relationships. And when it says never met a stranger, you have to read the end to see what brings her to her knees, because she thought she had it all figured out. Mm-hmm. I can use my body. I can be with this guy. I can be with this guy. And then something in there teaches her that, that's not the route to go.
Intriguing. Mm-hmm. Never met a stranger. Where can people purchase your book, T. Wade?
They can purchase it on my website. It's Dr. Tavis Wade-Jones. That's TavisWadeJones.com. And it's also on Amazon.
All right. Yeah. Well, I definitely need to dive into it. I bet I can read this in a good... Oh, this for me!
It is for you. Did
you autograph?
I'm going to autograph it for you.
Thank you.
It is
I
for
appreciate
you.
It.
But it's for people who do not like to read, who are not just avid readers. It's almost like the Cliff Notes version. And so, but it's so juicy.
Juicy. I like
so juicy. And so now I'm in the beginning stages of writing a play.
Oh, I can see it happening. I can see it popping off. I'm going to dive into this weekend. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm going to autograph it for you.
Thank you. You think you're going to write some more?
Oh, it's a series.
Okay, series. Come through, T. Wade. Congratulations. Now, I know you've already mentioned that, you won't be in Memphis too long. You're headed to the MIA, right?
Yes, I am.
But, since this podcast is all about Memphis, I want you to let the verbally effective audience, know, what do you love about Memphis the most?
Oh, my gosh.
What's undeniable to you in Memphis?
Man, I love... First of all, the family. The family. It's very family oriented. The soul food. I do. I love it. The check-in, you cannot beat it. Like, Memphis has the best checkers. And then another thing too, Memphis has some beautiful people. Like, seriously, like, they're beautiful, handsome men and beautiful women. I do love the beauty and the diversity of Memphis, and it's becoming what we wanted to look like. Back in the day, it wasn't so much we were, segregated, but now it's like we're almost a union. We're almost together, and so. We're getting there. We're getting there. Baby steps, but we're getting there. And
you just gonna leave this good old family of Memphis.
But I'm gonna dip in and I'm gonna dip out. I keep coming back.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, because you'll be back in a leadership role at your alma mater very soon.
That's right. I'll take it.
Now, T. Wade, I want you to let the verbally effective audience know how they can keep up with your journey. How can they follow you on social media? Because you would love her social media. Make sure you give them that handle as well. Please, T. Wade.
Yes. I'm 5'9" and fine on Twitter and IG, and then just Tavis Wade-Jones on Facebook.
And then the book is on twade.com.
Yep. DrTavisWadeJones.com.
DrTavisWadeJones.com. Well, thank you, Jehovah Thickness.
That's right, J Thick.
Yeah.
Thicket
for
Lake.
joining me today. You have an amazing journey.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's filled with so much responsibility
Mm-hmm.
with these young ladies.
Yes.
And I'm glad you're the person to do it.
Thank you.
Because
Thank
they
you.
really look up to you. I mean, everything that you invite me to with these young ladies, they are just crazy about you, lady. But you
I
set the
love 'em.
standard.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. And congratulations on your book. I'm
Thank
looking
you.
forward to reading it and
Yes.
to, finishing out the series as well when
That's
you get
right.
it going. You may be inspired in Miami.
Hey. That's
You
right.
may be inspired. Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Tavis Wade-Jones, for joining me today on the
Yay.
Verbally Effective Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. You know you guys need to subscribe to the Ina Esco YouTube channel. And, of course, hit subscribe on all streaming platforms to the Verbally Effective Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.